Okay, so now, if we think about those biological molecules, the carbs, the lipids, the proteins, which we have to consume, body makes a few, not much, okay? The other part that's important in our diet, vitamins and minerals. How many of you in here take a multivitamin? Okay, okay. A lot of controversy around them. I can't really say one way or the other, okay? Mainly because there is so much controversy. But vitamins, one of the things that's very important, like I said, a lot of them help enzymes, the proteins, okay? So a lot of them help the proteins function. So they're termed in the body a coenzyme because they're helping it to function better. We do know that we have our organic molecules. When we talk about, once again, something being essential, the only way we get it is through diet, which is why they talk about, the balanced diet being so important. When we talk about something called a vitamin, this means if the body has the materials present, it can assemble those materials into what it needs. All right. I don't know if you've ever seen or heard, maybe like on a commercial or something about the provitamins. You'll hear it now. Okay, as you go forward, and when you look at your food labels and stuff like that, you'll probably pay attention to it saying it's got these 5 essential whatevers, or we've got these provitamins, or something like that. When we talk about vitamins, they can either dissolve in lipids, meaning the fats of our body, all right? This means that when we take that vitamin, the fatty tissues, they are important in helping to break it down. So vitamins A, D, E, and K, these are termed lipid soluble, but they are important, okay? They help with bone, they help with muscle, they help with skin, hair loss, okay? But in some cases, they can become toxic. If people eat too much, take too much, it'll get stored up in these fatty tissues, and it can actually become toxic to the body. Usually, if that's the case, for the most part, things begin to not feel too good, not feel right. Hopefully, your doctor will let you know, okay, let's cut back a little bit on this or that because it's kind of building up in those fat cells. If it is water soluble, vitamin B, vitamin C, certain other ones, they're only in the body for a short time. They get excreted in the urine. If you happen to take one in too much excess, like right now, cold and flu season, one of the things, people tend to take a whole lot of vitamin C. Okay? Well, if you take too much, it just might make you go to the bathroom a lot, and not in the urine sense. Okay? Because it will upset the stomach. Okay? But if it does, you just kind of cut back on what you're taking and things should be fine. How about this term, antioxidants? Have you heard of that one? How?
It's usually promoted as healthy stuff, like palm juice is we're filled with antioxidants.
Okay, juices, foods. How about our beauty products? Yes. What? What is it? Do you know what? These little oxidants are that I have to have an antioxidant. Kevin?
Free radicals, like it could prevent them from like forming in the body.
Do you remember how they formed?
Yeah, so free radicals are basically just like chemicals that are missing electrons, and so free radicals will come in and they'll take electrons from the cell, which will damage it.
Do you remember what was responsible for that in the cell?
No, I don't.
Do you remember the peroxisomes and chemical reactions that occurred? And one of the things that happened, it created a free, because remember, hydrogen peroxide is H2O2, okay? And so you get H2O, and now you got a free oxygen, which is basically that electron that Kevin was talking about, okay? Because it doesn't have a full outer shell, and it literally bounces around in the cell, breaks stuff up, trying to get stable, and that's not good. So antioxidants hopefully will help prevent forming those free radicals so that that doesn't go around creating cell damage. I love how the beauty products that they want us to like put on our face, for example, it helps to fight antioxidants. This is what I love about marketing. Okay? You're going to tell me that something I'm going to put on my face that now would have to make it through the layers of my epidermis, into my dermis, down to my hypodermis. I'm sorry, y'all, but I don't know of any products that do that. Just saying. I could be wrong. All right? But, it's like, explain it, please, explain it. And, so sometimes, some people, no names mentioned, might decide to, like, contact a company and be like, can you explain that? And you never get a response. Okay, just saying. So, just love that. Now, minerals. Think of your salts, okay? They are inorganic, but necessary. Oh my goodness. Because one of the things that we finished talking about with the plasma membrane, all right, was how we have that sodium, that potassium, okay? That's really important. We're going to continue to see that the entire time of the course. But we also find that these minerals, that membrane potential, that is what is created with those sodiums and potassiums. But now look at what else we can do. We can add strength to bones. What mineral or what comes to mind when you hear bones and teeth? Calcium. You'll learn why that happens in later chapters. Buffers, like the bicarbonate, the osmotic balance. Osmotic tells me water, okay? That is the water balance in the body. They can also be a coenzyme, all right? They can also be parts of vitamins and hemoglobin. What does hemoglobin carry? Iron, okay, which is Fe+. Well, a little more than that, but for the most part, iron. We get minerals from both animals and plants, okay? The problem now, like I've said before, all of these products that are so important to proper functioning of our body, of our blood, of our cells, muscle, you name it. Our foodstuffs don't really have what we need. Even if we eat a balanced diet. For example, let's say we're really good about buying our green veggies, whether the leafy veggies or stuff like the Brussels sprouts and broccoli and stuff like that, okay? Let's say we're good about taking that into our diet. Well, where do we normally purchase them? Grocery store. Mass produced, where it's been gotten from somewhere, shipped to somewhere, froze somewhere, put in a can. So, do you see where I'm going with this? Oh, foodstuffs. All right. It's the reason, that if you can grow your own, that's great. Grow your own, freeze them, that sort of thing. If you can shop farmers markets, great. I mean, just all these other things because our foodstuffs in the grocery stores. Yes. Luckily, we are in an area that we have good access to tons of farmers markets. All right, just have to kind of make the choice to go. Yes, a little more expensive, but your diet is going to definitely benefit.
What about like organic versus?
That is better. Like if you're shopping at the grocery store and you buy that organic product, even though, once again, the government is regulating that, and their idea of a standard is different from my idea of a standard. However, it's still a better option than that processed one, like bananas, for example. You might have your side of the display for the organic bananas and the non-organic that might be 49 cents a pound versus 89 cents a pound. I'll pay that 40 cents because I know that's a little bit better than the one that was non-organic. So, yeah, it's better.
What does organic mean? Why does GMO matter?
Okay, organic refers to the types of agricultural processes used. And it also will define what chemicals you can and cannot use in that agricultural process. Like I said, my standard is different than what the government says, okay? So even though it says organic, for example, in the grocery store, all right, doesn't mean there were no chemicals involved. A lot of people have the idea that organic means no chemicals. No, that's not the case. It's just a difference in the chemicals that get to be used. Now, if you like, for example, if you choose to, like, say, go to the farmer's market and they tell you organic, you could ask them, well, what does that mean for you? All right? And in some cases, they will literally use no harmful man-made chemicals. GMOs, genetically modified organisms. Probably the biggest one that has been modified is corn. Mainly because of the population we have on the planet and everything we need corn for, okay? Like, for example, where I live, which is very rural, okay, very much farmland, all right? When they plant the kernel,